The Awakening of the Chosen. Welcome to the channel, The Awakening of the Chosen. I'm Gabriel. And in the next few minutes of insight, we're diving into something meant specifically for you, the chosen, the ones called to rise. What if I told you that this very moment is your moment? That God Himself has said, enough, no more staying small, no more hiding your greatness. This is a divine awakening, an unstoppable force bringing you, the rare and powerful, to a whole new level of purpose and leadership. If you're ready to see why you were chosen to lead, to break through every barrier, and to embrace the divine strength within you, stay with me until the end. This isn't just a message, it's the calling of a lifetime. God didn't only say enough, He caused it to resonate across the cosmos like a cosmic order that is impervious to obstacles. Every aspect of creation seemed to have been in harmony, anticipating the day when the selected ones would eventually emerge after much perseverance and waiting. It is interesting to note that the selected ones are not those who sought fame for themselves. They had to overcome significant challenges while carrying burdens and sufferings that many others were unaware of. Many of us encounter circumstances similar to this throughout our lives, driven by internal problems and sometimes even misinterpreted. Only those who have gone through it can really comprehend the intensity and sorrow of the weight of battling in secret and feeling devalued. Carrying these burdens is not easy. Those chosen who stayed determined were led and changed into quiet. Silence is a location of profound transformation, despite the fact that it is often disregarded. Those chosen committed themselves to developing their inner strength until it was so powerful that it could no longer be kept hidden in the shadows, while others committed themselves to pursuing attention. God tracked this path, saw every unseen repentance, saw every act of perseverance. He knew that the day would come when this unflinching, quiet light would need to be revealed. And this is that moment, that pivotal moment. Those who have taken considerable care to conceal the chosen ones in a discreet location, possibly even to preserve some degree of control, will be taken by surprise. At this point, limitations vanish, and God's declaration of enough creates a hallowed path for those who have been selected to forgo all constraints and the need to live according to social norms. Throughout their lives, many individuals restrict themselves in order to appease others. This has an unstated cost. It limits our capacity for self-expression and reduces our potential. But now is the moment to urge everyone involved in this holy mission to go without hesitation, without turning around, and without making any more excuses. Something happens inside of you when you answer this call. God is using His boundless knowledge to lead the selected ones to advance and at last live, not only as a passing inspiration, but as a manifestation of their eternal destiny. It is now impossible to deny that every person has a purpose. Now is the moment to shine with power, purpose, and sincerity without waiting for praise. By saying enough, God not only put an end to the waiting period, but also threw open the door, allowing the selected ones to rise and carry out their duty to the fullest. Now is the time for them to rise, not in conceit or vanity, but as a manifestation of what they were meant to do from the start. This unbreakable essence that God now asks to appear has been shaped by every action you have made so far, every hardship you have endured, and every quiet moment. The universe seems to have been waiting for this time, as if all of the hardships endured by the selected were a part of a larger scheme that was preparing them for something that is only now starting to happen. When we consider what it means to be chosen, we see that this title carries a great deal of responsibility. It's not about living a simpler life, avoiding problems, or escaping hardship. However, being chosen entails overcoming obstacles that need our best efforts, navigating storms that others cannot see, and enduring pressures that few would comprehend. It is a road that is characterized by depth, and it is this depth that sets them apart. God chooses those who have the fortitude to confront the unseen and persevere in the face of adversity, rather than those who want material fame. It seems like the whole cosmos is suddenly aware of the moment. God's declaration that enough is enough causes a change that permeates all facets of existence and cannot be ignored. The old limitations that obscure the genuine light of the selected ones have no place anymore. God is telling us that it's time to let go of any insecurities, the desire to live up to others' expectations, and the fear of making others uncomfortable or being noticed. Now, every gesture, every silent cry, every unspoken resignation, all of this comes. Have you ever stopped to wonder why, despite all your achievements, it feels like something essential is still missing? My name is Gabriel, and I've helped countless people like you discover the true spiritual power that resides within them. And today, I want to help you. If you feel like life is passing by while something important remains out of place, maybe it's time for an awakening. My audiobook, The Path of the Chosen, was created precisely for those who have reached this point. In this audiobook, I guide you to feel that enthusiasm for living in alignment with what truly matters, knowing that every step has meaning. Together, we'll transform your fears, traumas, and frustrations into powerful strengths that propel you to a new level of growth. Leave behind the feeling of spiritual isolation and find the peace of a true, constant connection with a greater energy that has always been by your side. Instead of fighting against what you feel, you'll learn to find purpose, serenity, and self-discovery to fill your inner world. This could be the beginning of a fuller, more meaningful life. I've seen it happen for so many others, and now it's your turn. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Click on the link pinned in the first comment and begin this journey with The Path of the Chosen. This is your chance to fill what's missing and finally live the life you deserve. I'll be waiting for you there. Together to form a more comprehensive appeal. God is telling us that it's time to look forward, raise our heads, and go forward without hesitation, excuses, or restrictions. And I wonder, how many of us have never had the need to live life to the fullest, fearlessly shining and fearlessly creating an impression? How often do we try to accommodate others' comfort levels in order to avoid judgments or reactions? In actuality, everyone who secretly carries this power is invited by this heavenly summons to the selected. It is an exhortation to let go of the limitations we have placed on ourselves and to boldly embrace our objective, knowing that we only have one task to do. The path was made clear by God. He removed the imperceptible obstacles that we often erect on our own. Those who are chosen now don't have to ask for permission or provide an explanation. They are being asked to carry out their task with courage, sincerity, and a freedom that only those who have a full view can provide. It is as if a fresh energy starts to flow as this heavenly freedom materializes, bringing the chosen people's eyes and hearts to the full extent of their own existence. It is a freedom that allows them to perceive every obstacle as part of a holy path, to realize that every obstacle they have surmounted up to this point has been an essential step toward the objective that is now so clear. In order to stop feeling embarrassed of their own power and significance, those who are chosen are urged to leave the shadows. They are inspired to go fearlessly, with serene assurance, knowing that the divine hand is directing their course, which now takes them to a greater plane of comprehension and impact. Knowing that the cosmos is on our side gives us tremendous strength. God is letting the chosen know that they can no longer afford to be unsure or put up with it. Now more than ever, the world needs this light, this truth that only they can convey, and the truth they bring must be seen and felt. The attraction is clear. Standing out is not something they do out of conceit or a need for attention, but rather because it is the purpose for which they were created and the position they have been given. Their unwavering dedication to their purpose makes every gesture and action a confirmation that they are here, that they are meant for something bigger, and that nothing can stop them. The most captivating aspect is that by embracing this purpose and feeling this elevation, you are not only transforming your own lives, but also illuminating the way for others. This will encourage those who may still be hidden and waiting for the right moment to express themselves. Each of us has a piece of this mission to live in our entirety, a piece of this calling. We are reminded that we are competent and have a holy mission to complete when we see someone devote themselves so fully to their cause. God is, in fact, preparing the way, but it is up to each of us to answer that call with courage and honesty. By taking on this duty, those chosen are turning into a reflection of the divine in the world, serving as a reminder that there is a higher power directing us, and that there is a bigger purpose to our existence than meets the eye. Now is the time to take charge, to be who you were meant to be, and to live your authenticity with all of its passion. When we respond to the call that echoes in the depths of our soul, they demonstrate to us that we are capable of doing the same, that we can uplift ourselves, and that there are no obstacles in our way. The time for waiting is past. Those chosen are ready to go on their trip with a strength derived from their own divine purpose, and their adventure has only just started. These people's loneliness was never in vain, since their lonely path, laced with periods of reflection and defiance, served as the forging tool that shaped them into something far more than they could have ever imagined. When we take a step back and consider the periods of rejection, miscommunication, and loneliness that characterized their lives, we realize that each of these stages was a component of a divine plan. How often have they felt different, alone, and marginalized, as if their uniqueness was the reason they were shunned? They now see, however, that this individuality was necessary because God was using their seclusion to mold, refine, fortify, and get them ready for what was ahead. In hindsight, this loneliness, which is often seen as a source of suffering, turns out to be a blessing, since it is the source of his actual strength. We are forced to go within in order to connect with our own nature without outside distractions when we are alone and the world's noise ceases. Those chosen gain the ability to trust a source that transcends the opinions of others by going through this experience. They discovered how to hear the voice of God, which is communicated in the quietest times in a clear and kind manner. They learnt to prioritize internal truth above the fleeting validations of the outside world, to discern between the essential and the accessory. Every stage of this seclusion served as an opportunity to learn about honesty, to deepen their relationship, and to strengthen their unwavering faith. Being alone taught them to value themselves based on their inner feelings rather than how other people saw them. They came to see that this seclusion served a greater good. It allowed them to lead with a power that doesn't need approbation from others. The selected ones now experience changes after departing from this spiritual retreat. They no longer look for praise or credit because they have mastered leadership that comes to them organically, without their having to be there or force their views. Instead of dictating or directing, this leadership aims to inspire and provide an example for what it means to live a purposeful life. Since their self-confidence is not dependent on approval from others, it is unaffected by criticism or indifference. It is a self-assurance that stems from the core of his being, a belief forged throughout the most lonely periods of his professional life. These days, they are leaders who enthrall with the charm of their genuineness. They are leaders who can use their influence without titles or accolades. Their very being speaks for itself, and those who approach are drawn to the chosen ones because of who they really are, rather than what they say. This quiet power is the reflection of a strong, unwavering belief that they are in the right place. This kind of leadership defies convention because it encourages people to find their own truth rather than looking for followers. When God calls those chosen to lead, they see that true leadership is founded on inspiration via truth rather than authority. They now have a presence that emanates a subdued but unquestionable power, a strength that draws those who are looking for something more than outward looks, something real and true. Because of the depth of your experience, she speaks for herself and doesn't need to be persuaded, shown, or explained. You are able to lead without hesitation, since every hour of alone has grown into a solid foundation. Others see not only a person, but a tangible illustration of how genuine strength is developed during times of deepest reflection. Direct experience, close touch with one's own soul, and the capacity to hear what God has to say in silence are the sources of the modern style of leadership. which cannot be taught by manuals or seminars. In a manner that prepared speeches or empty words could never do, this genuineness draws attention. Those who are chosen are aware that they were not made to fit in or go the easy path. They were taught to pursue a distinct and individual route, which inspires others to look for their own identity and direction. Every action he made while living alone taught him to be resilient and prepared him for the sort of leadership that the world needs, but never finds. Even if they remain quiet, the message they provide resonates deeply in the hearts of those who are open to hearing it. People who approach it quickly come to understand that they are dealing with a real presence, a power that can be felt without the use of words. We learn that many of the great spiritual leaders who made a difference in the world had to deal with loneliness and disdain. This helps us realize that in order to lead people with depth and knowledge, it is necessary to first fully comprehend and be in balance with your own nature. The selected ones now enjoy this peace. They are ready to take on the role of coaches, not ones who give orders, but ones who show by their own transformations that true leadership is about being rather than doing. God thus summons you to this next level, where your goal and your power work together harmoniously. It is no longer necessary to conceal or make an effort to adapt. They were made to stand out, to defy expectations, and to lead with complete honesty. And those who approach him, those who cross his paths, will find not only a leader, but also a living example, a reflection of all that is possible when one embraces their own truth and lives by it. The path taken by those chosen essentially shows that isolation is a stage in the process of preparing for something far larger rather than a final goal. Those chosen now emerge from spiritual exile as unwavering leaders, ready to lead others with a composed and powerful presence. A leadership that is founded on the solidity of a known truth rather than titles or accolades. The selected ones now carry with them an unwavering peace and confidence that is unfazed by criticism from others as they emerge from spiritual exile. Since they realize that their worth is independent of other people's opinions, they are unfazed by the demands of the outside world. They were shaped by this path of loneliness and every instance of disdain. Every disdainful glance and every effort to lessen their essence only served to confirm the belief that there is something inside them that no one can take away. Their present power comes from overcoming their own darkness and coming out on the other side unharmed and true to who they are. They are now driven by a hidden but powerful demand to authenticity. It seemed that every isolated experience stripped away all need to satisfy and any reliance on the views of others, leaving just the essential truth. Those who are chosen realize that genuine authority comes from living one's own truth so clearly that it serves as a light for others, not from attracting attention. Those around them are attracted to their presence because they lead from this strong foundation and inspire without saying a word. It is a magnetism that originates from inner peace and power, which can only be attained by overcoming internal turmoil and learning to swim with resolve, rather than from the ego. This is the kind of leader the world needs, someone who doesn't let public opinion affect him, who doesn't change his course to get praise or acceptance, but who stays true to the goal for which he was chosen. The people who were chosen now realize that their role as leaders is to inspire others to be genuine and fearlessly live their truths, not to boost their own egos. They were educated to lead by example rather than by teaching. Their presence, which is more powerful than words, was the reason for their training, not the noise. Everyone who encounters them understands the breadth of their path, the gravity of their dedication to their purpose, and most importantly, the peace that comes from knowing oneself. They provide the world the opportunity to connect with a deeper truth, a silent power that is self-sufficient and does not need acceptance from others. The chosen ones show others that there is great power in just being who you are and following your life's mission without reservations or justifications by living this reality. They are taking on a holy duty when they accept the call to leave exile and take on a leadership role. They lead not to win admiration, but to serve as a reminder of their own greatness, inspiring others who remain in the dark to find their own light. They serve as a continual reminder that genuine leadership originates inside, from a place that is impervious to external influences, and that genuine power is found in sincerity. The journey of isolation, loneliness, and miscommunication just set the stage for this particular moment. Now, empowered and enlightened, those chosen go fearlessly, knowing that they were made to guide and encourage others to ascend as well. Those chosen stayed quiet for a very long time, enduring struggles that many could not even foresee. How many times have you had to suppress your own wants in order to keep others from feeling threatened or uncomfortable by your strength? Their choice of humility was unquestionably a noble one. Nonetheless, it required them to constantly sacrifice themselves, prioritizing others and lowering their own brightness to avoid upsetting those who weren't ready to see it. But the time of quiet self-denial and acquiescence is past. For the selected ones, God's declaration that it is sufficient serves as a symbol of freedom and an indication that their ascension is imminent. This awakening is only the realization of what has always been. It has nothing to do with assumption or the desire to prove anything. Those who are chosen are being called to shine their light and let the grandeur that is within them freely express itself, rather than to seek attention for themselves. The moment has come to expose the true selves of people who have been concealed. God is asking those chosen to completely embrace their potential and get over any fear of criticism or rejection. The abilities of the selected were never intended to remain concealed, so this reversal of power signifies a significant yet organic change. By letting their actual selves appear, those chosen inspire others by demonstrating that it is possible to live a genuine and meaningful life without defending oneself. The depth and intensity of what they carry will be revealed for the first time to those who formerly denigrated them and thought of them as unimportant or unremarkable. This force was always there, only waiting for the appropriate opportunity to show itself. With God's approval, they are now called to ascend, move from the bottom to the middle, and take up the position that was always meant for them. This ascent is about embracing the reality of who they are with courage and independence, not about competing with or disparaging others. They create a new dynamic in which the expectations and judgments of others no longer have any bearing by acting in accordance with their truth and taking up the space that is properly theirs. The selected ones are now free to be who they are, live unhindered by the expectations they have always tried to meet, and live without the limitations that formerly bound them. They now stand tall with a newfound sense of self-assurance and a clear goal, acting as a lighthouse for those who are looking for their own truth. This is the conclusion of the quiet resistance trip. They are ready to shine, illuminating the path for others with the passion of those called to make an effect. The age of quiet humility has given way to the age of true authority. The selected ones now go on with unparalleled freedom, revealing the brilliance that has always existed, but was concealed under the surface due to their release from the old bindings that held them back. In actuality, they have always been there, prepared to achieve their objective, even if it seems like the public is only now finding them. Each individual starts to inhabit the space that is rightly theirs with this ascension, free from any additional limitations brought on by the urge to fit in or the fear of being overshadowed. The current change in power signifies the end of a period of invisibility and the start of a time when you can express yourself fully, and your power is something to be appreciated rather than repressed. It is impossible to ignore the passion with which their skills are shown. Those who formerly denigrated them are shocked to learn that they are up against a scale they were never able to comprehend. This shift is more than just a twist. It is a shift that alters the dynamics of the environment. The selected ones show that hiding or limiting oneself is no longer an option by releasing themselves from the expectations of others. With boldness and resolve, they are now prepared to embrace the bigger cause to which they were called. There is an air of authority about this ascent that doesn't need coercion. It is an authority derived from their extensive expertise and their belief in their goal. Those chosen convey a powerful message by placing themselves in the middle and not being afraid to take up the available space. True leadership comes from a true connection with oneself, from a clarity unaffected by fleeting views. They are creating a new zone of freedom where authenticity and purpose cannot be traded, rather than just adopting a new job. With this liberty, they stroll with comfort, knowing that their light serves as a beacon for everyone in their vicinity, in addition to illuminating their own route. The path of humility and quiet turned into one of impact and expression. While silent opposition was crucial, the times now call for presence, action, and the willingness to speak up and encourage others to do the same. Those chosen go forth with fresh courage and a resolute purpose, certain that now is the moment to carry out the task to which they were called. The biggest legacy they give to the world is their honesty, which they are reinventing in addition to taking over their area. For those chosen, this next stage of expression is a movement that opens the door to societal change, rather than only an individual victory. By fearlessly taking on their role, they challenge the idea of authority itself, demonstrating that genuine authority comes from being true to oneself and having a strong connection to one's core. In actuality, the present power reversal is a return to essence, a reminder that genuine worth is determined by an individual's inner strength rather than by outward appearances. As they see this shift, many in the vicinity start to doubt their own assumptions and limitations. Many are inspired to consider their own life, to challenge their own limiting ideas, and to see that they, too, possess an inner power that may be triggered by witnessing the extreme brightness of the chosen ones. The beauty of elevating the selected is that it not only lights their own paths, but it also inspires others to seek understanding of their truths. The contemporary freedom enjoyed by the selected has a quiet effect, urging everyone to strive for a genuine life free from fear of criticism and of being seen. Your ascent sends a very obvious message. You don't have to change to fit in with other people's expectations or dim your own brightness to make others feel comfortable. They demonstrate to us that living in balance with nature itself is the path to true strength and calm. They demonstrate to us that every person has a distinct purpose that has to be bravely carried out by heeding the divine urge to give up quiet opposition and seek its full manifestation. The transition of the chosen individuals from obscurity to notoriety is a mass change that reinterprets what is feasible, not just an individual change. Now that their powers are clear, they create a new era of authenticity, where everyone is inspired to be real and to proudly and dignifiedly accept their own path. The chosen ones show that nothing is more powerful than leading a life based on truth, and that genuine. Greatness merges when we reject externally imposed limitations and accept ourselves fully for who we are. Their journey serves as evidence that, despite hardship, our inner light always manages to shine through. Now is the moment to live freely, thrive, and let the world fully understand the essence that each of us contains. By assuming this new position, the selected ones show that every hardship, every renunciation, and every silent moment had a larger purpose, to fortify an inner strength that now exudes all of its might. In actuality, their ascent serves as a tangible example of how genuine transformation occurs in the depths of existence, where light often does not seem to be. But now it is impossible to suppress this brightness. It seems as if a flame is ignited from inside, one that not only illuminates its own path, but also directs and warms others in its vicinity. True genius is subtle yet unstoppable, as those chosen show. Those who work to keep them unseen and concealed were unaware that they were really helping to create an unfathomable force that, when it materializes, fundamentally changes the balance of power. It is a power that welcomes, inspires, and excites, rather than one that aims to enslave. Many people start to realize that there is something about those chosen that transcends conventional wisdom when they see them. It is something that is experienced and changes over time, rather than something that is learned. These days, they move with a calm assurance, an innate allure that draws attention and makes everyone wonder. People who formerly saw them as straightforward, everyday people are now aware of their depth and expertise, as well as the significance of leading a life filled with meaning and purpose. The continual inversion of power is an attempt to make the world realize that a person's true worth is found inside them, not in how they present themselves. The chosen ones demonstrate that genuine leadership is not forced. Rather, it arises from a soul that is connected to its goal and from a heart that is steadfast in its honesty. Consequently, your life becomes a subtle affirmation that you may live a wonderful life without demeaning others around you. However, the size of those selected inspires others, motivating them to discover their own potential and think that they, too, possess this inner power. They teach that everyone has a special position in the world and that finding that place doesn't require giving up our true selves. Rather, the more we encounter our truth, the more our presence becomes relevant and essential. They provide this novel paradigm. True power is that which awakens rather than that which subdues. Those that are chosen eventually carry a fresh view of power with them, encouraging everyone to connect with their own truth and shine their own light. They show that there is space for everyone who wants to live a genuine life. We don't need to battle over land. With their rise, they make the way clear and show that real greatness is something you earn rather than something you have to strive for. Those chosen realize that their path requires a spiritual integrity that does not permit compromises until they arrive at this next stage of elevation. Their lofty standards become holy walls that protect their God-given mission rather than just being preferences. These boundaries serve as fortresses of protection rather than barriers to exclusion, allowing them to thrive without outside influences impeding their progress. Each of these criteria shows the respect they earned from their purpose, which was created by difficult circumstances and experiences that consistently reaffirmed the need of being true to oneself. Allowing harmful forces to infiltrate this hallowed circle would be a betrayal of their path, ignoring all of their secret efforts and personal transformations. The chosen recognize that they have been called to connect with what really resonates in their core, not to meet or conform to the expectations of others. Furthermore, this resonance is too vital to be overlooked. They now realize how important it is that their surroundings and interpersonal connections align with the high frequency they developed in order to maintain the integrity of their objective. This prerequisite is an act of self-worth and a manifestation of your spiritual obligation that cannot be weakened by flimsy connections or forces that don't advance your path. People that really value and agree with their vision will see this attitude as necessary and an indication of how seriously the chosen carry out their duty. Because they are unable to keep up with the intensity of this new stage, those who do not comprehend this level of spiritual demand often turn away. The chosen assumes a task that requires a pristine and holy setting where energy flows naturally and genuinely, free from impediments that may deflect its focus or lessen its power. Their ability to perform at their best while also inspiring those who are eager to connect with the same frequency is made possible by this protective zone, which is not a barrier to isolation. The acuity with which the chosen draw these boundaries shows how much they have learnt to value and protect their essence, as well as how spiritually mature they have become. The profundity of their standards no longer has to be justified or explained, since people who are prepared to align themselves with this goal will comprehend and accept these unalienable ideals without any more explanation. The chosen maintain an unwavering dedication to the work they are supposed to do and a crystal connection with their mission from this place of authenticity. By doing this, they create an atmosphere in which only what is genuine and in harmony may thrive. Every connection, situation, and opportunity must be in line with the divine purpose they each hold at this higher level. Those who really adopt this viewpoint realize that maintaining this level of integrity is about protecting what motivates them rather than excluding others. This dedication to rigid standards is a subliminal but powerful declaration that outside interference or diversions are no longer acceptable and that the trajectory's holy significance is unassailable. With this renewed perspective, the chosen realizes that every decision, every encounter, and every setting should support its growth and goal. These days, Their spiritual mission must filter everything that comes into their life. In addition to accelerating its course, this new model offers them undeniable peace of mind since they know that they are surrounded by people and situations that really encourage and nourish them. As they truly follow the call of their souls, they experience harmony, which is reflected in this calm. The chosen are empowered by creating an atmosphere of spiritual integrity, since they don't spend time or effort on things that don't align with their truth. You may concentrate on what is really important and in line with your core objective, thanks to this protection. By doing this, they inspire people to set higher goals for themselves and live lives that are consistent with their deepest beliefs. The chosen person's path becomes a tangible illustration of honoring their own nature, demonstrating that life gains significance and direction by staying true to what is holy. In actuality, these boundaries are an expression of self-love and gratitude for what the chosen ones have accomplished so far. Building strong bridges that connect people to what is real and pertinent is more important than removing obstacles. They realize that their objective is too big to be scaled down in settings or connections that don't accommodate it. They have learnt the value of nurturing and preserving the soil where their spiritual roots are rooted via difficult lessons. People who relate to the chosen and respect these boundaries discover a genuine and profound setting where they may also form bonds with something greater. Only things that resonate with the chosen frequency are drawn to these high standards, creating a circle of unchangeable, pure energy. As a result, they advance in their mission, protected by an integrity that is founded on the undeniable reality of the divine purpose and does not yield to other influences. Every act of integrity reaffirms commitment to goal, reverence for one's own path, and loyalty to the core that was molded by the challenges and hardships encountered. They keep going because they know that their unadulterated standards are what keep them connected to the holy and allow them to carry out their purpose in complete harmony. The selected ones walk in silence, knowing that they are in the right place, surrounded by it, and people who really encourage and support them on their heavenly path. They go on with unwavering conviction and are becoming more and more connected to what is basic and genuine. They recognize that their high standards are a spiritual need rather than just a choice. They remain steadfast and aligned with the overarching objective for which they were called because of their integrity. This is the secret that helps them stay focused on their core, even in the face of a chaotic and unstable environment. This spiritual integrity is beautiful because it not only shields them, but also strengthens them, enabling them to go forward without being sidetracked by energies that are not aligned with their objectives. This clarity creates a path toward peace and stability, where every decision is taken with complete conscience, and every action shows a profound regard for the divine purpose they serve. With every fight lost and every lesson gained, they realize that keeping this hallowed location in good condition is an act of loyalty to everything they created. Their commitment to these ideals binds them to a power that transcends the physical realm and originates from the spiritual source that directs them. As a result, the chosen take strong and secure strides toward their objective, knowing that every choice they make strengthens their bond with their purpose. Its surroundings become into a manifestation of its purpose and an extension of its energy, drawing in what is genuine and repelling everything that may distract it. In addition to imposing limitations, this additional degree of demand makes it possible for only those people and experiences that have similar integrity frequencies to connect. Those called to join the selected recognize that this ascent is a gift, an opportunity to ascend as well and live in a space of clarity and sincerity. As a result, the high patterns turn into a magnetic field that draws in the real and drives away the fleeting and shallow. The selected ones demonstrate that there is no room for compromises as their careers advance. For each relationship or situation that undermines the goal that defines them, one cannot give up the truth itself. They know that by protecting this area, they are protecting their own essence as well, making sure that everything they create is infused with high, pure energy. Respect for their own path and the divine purpose given to them is reinforced by every action taken and every antiquated obstacle removed. They are kept and inspired to live each day with a deeper connection to what is holy by their profound regard for their own path. They know that every minute wasted on things that don't resonate with your soul is a minute away from your objective, and that life is too short to be spent making compromises. The chosen go on with this clarity, their focus unwavering, protected by the spiritual purity that now characterizes them. Its compass is this spiritual integrity, which directs every action with a precision that can only be achieved when you live in harmony with your own objective. The chosen realized that protecting oneself involves more than just avoiding negative energy. It also involves appreciating the divine inside them. Every choice they make is a reflection of their unwavering dedication to their course, which forbids any alterations or cuts. They understand that any situation or connection that aims to undermine or dilute their objective is an unfollowable aberration. As they live according to their high standards and feel a freedom that transcends any need for outside approval, this level of clarity gives them inner peace. By upholding this criterion, the chosen gradually grow even more committed to their task. Every logical decision appears to strengthen a relationship with God, reviving its vitality and objectivity. They are certain that people who are really a member of this hallowed area would understand them, so they don't need to explain or defend anybody. What does not resonate in the same tune will be naturally repelled by the energy field created by their depth and conviction. The chosen may seem to be more cautious to others, but in truth, they are being very true to who they are. This loyalty is not limited to them. It also extends to the larger goal they stand for. They seem to have made a spiritual covenant to respect the light they bear and to know that they cannot violate this pledge. Every constraint that defines, every decision to exclude what does not contribute, and every decision to welcome what it elevates all demonstrate this agreement. Since they know that every attitude has an impact on their objective and direction, they start to guard their own energy. People who share their admiration for their own journey are inspired to follow in their footsteps, examine themselves, and recognize the significance of leading a genuine and honest life. Everyone in the vicinity is urged to up their own standards and choose to respect the holy in their own lives by the presence of the chosen. This elevation creates an atmosphere of objectivity and honesty, where everyone is inspired to shine fearlessly and uphold what is really important. By choosing this path of self-loyalty, those chosen become tangible representations of what it means to live a purposeful life. They demonstrate that when life is lived with honesty and integrity, it takes on a greater significance. They maintain their tranquility with this mindset, knowing that they are shielded by a power that originates from their own dedication to their core and transcends any outside intervention. By maintaining their spiritual integrity, they create a space where the real thrives and where the holy and pure may freely express themselves. Every step celebrates the purpose for which they were chosen. The chosen have a sense that transcends language and outward appearances thanks to their new spiritual awareness. Your eyes appear to be able to perceive not only what is visible, but also what is concealed by disguises and motives. This strong intuition is a gift from God that comes from the depth of its journey rather than by accident. Have you ever stopped to wonder why, despite all your achievements, it feels like something essential is still missing? My name is Gabriel, and I've helped countless people like you discover the true spiritual power that resides within them. And today, I want to help you. If you feel like life is passing by while something important remains out of place, maybe it's time for an awakening. My audiobook, The Path of the Chosen, was created precisely for those who have reached this point. In this audiobook, I guide you to feel that enthusiasm for living in alignment with what truly matters, knowing that every step has meaning. Together, we'll transform your fears, traumas, and frustrations into powerful strengths that propel you to a new level of growth. Leave behind the feeling of spiritual isolation and find the peace of a true, constant connection with a greater energy that has always been by your side. Instead of fighting against what you feel, you'll learn to find purpose, serenity, and self-discovery to fill your inner world. This could be the beginning of a fuller, more meaningful life. I've seen it happen for so many others, and now it's your turn. Don't let this opportunity slip by. Click on the link pinned in the first comment and begin this journey with the path of the chosen. This is your chance to fill what's missing and finally live the life you deserve. I'll be waiting for you there. They were prepared to enhance this sophisticated meaning by every lonely time, obstacle, and setback. This is a knowledge that was refined in the most private of its hearts. It is neither a gimmick or a learned ability. People who observe others are able to perceive things that others may miss. They are able to pick up on nuances and identify any difference between sincere intentions and words. Furthermore, this clarity involves determining what really fits with your aim and goal, not just what is detrimental. This ability serves as an inbuilt defensive mechanism, a wall that keeps outside influences from changing its course. Masks and manipulations no longer bother the chosen. Your spirits are ready to see through any disguise. They feel lighter and more liberated as a result of their increased intuition, as they are no longer forced to wonder about the intentions of others around them. They trust this gift because they know he will lead them and keep them in touch with reality. Only genuine approaches are permitted by this perspective, which serves as a natural filter. As a result, they are starting to encounter people, situations, and chances that are completely consistent with their true selves. Their time and energy are saved for what is really important because of this transparency, which keeps them from getting sidetracked by empty promises or transient temptations. Essentially, this intuition serves as an internal compass that provides precise guidance, enabling them to continue their objective with safety and determination. Since they realize that this gift is an extension of their relationship with the holy, the peace they feel when they trust this compass cannot be changed. With the belief that they are following the truth, individuals have the capacity to go through any situation. This state of clarity bestows upon them a peace that beyond ordinary comprehension, because they know that they are protected from any force that would divert them from their course. In addition to providing them with protection, this intuition helps them spot employment prospects. They are able to distinguish between what is just a pastime and what actual advancement toward their objective signifies. This allows them to go on with a feeling of direction and purpose that is rare to see. They are ready to go on because they know they have an inner power that keeps them steady and directs every step, independent of the outside world. Few people are able to get the clarity that this intuition provides, making it a trustworthy and unfailing guide. They are able to quickly discern what is and is not in line with their aim by capturing people's true energy throughout each encounter. Because they know they have an internal protection that transcends appearance and promise, they may go forward fearlessly. They are guided by this spiritual vision rather than by flimsy praise or manipulation tactics. Whereas others could be tempted by outward beauty or compelling conversation, the chosen are able to look beyond these things and see the actual nature of everyone and everything. They are in a quiet position because of their competency, since they don't have to work hard to determine what is real and what isn't. This truth comes to them effortlessly and instantly. By concentrating exclusively on what nourishes and strengthens their path, they may save energy and stay focused on their objective. Any frequency that is not in line with its ultimate purpose is instantly blocked by this intuition, which functions as an energy field. Because of this protection, they may go on with confidence, knowing that their choices and relationships are exactly in line with what God has planned for them. Every decision seems to be influenced by millennial knowledge due to this acute intuition. Since they see that this gift is an extension of their relationship with the divine, they have total faith in it and allow it to guide them without doubt. They are calmed and feel more confident inside since they know they are protected and that no error or disguise will go undetected. They avoid needless suffering and events that could change their course when they live in harmony with this right vision, which offers an incredible sense of calm. They are also able to identify and connect deeply with other souls who share their goal because of their keen intuition. They gravitate toward situations and people who are true to them, but they also instinctively avoid anything that does not align with their energy. Only what is genuine and pertinent to their lives is preserved by this gift, which serves as a natural filter. This not only strengthens them, but also provides them with a network of genuine and worthwhile interactions, as well as genuine support that uplifts and sustains them. As a result, the selected ones have unwavering faith. They may pursue their goal with solid and determined steps because they know that nothing is beyond their spiritual grasp. Knowing that they have an unfailing internal compass that will guide them to the divine goal, they feel prepared to meet any challenge with their knowledge. This mental compass provides them with precise guidance with every step, offering a unique sense of calm in a world full of uncertainties and delusions. Their sense of security is more than just mental. It is a belief that reverberates in their hearts, and a sense that no matter what obstacles they face, they will always be able to see clearly and know the correct path. They understand that their intuition is a gift from God, a manifestation of its profound connection to the higher purpose, and that they may trust it. Because every situation and every person that enters his life is instantly filtered by this intuitive knowledge, any uncertainty that formerly filled its hearts is replaced with a permanent peace. The chosen have an almost magically easy time transiting through difficult and complicated situations because to this insight. To comprehend one's hidden intentions or the true nature of a situation, a lot of words are not required. They go on with the assurance of those who see past outward appearances, while others would falter or succumb to deception. They may protect themselves and those around them by acting as advisors and protectors, thanks to their talent, which provides them with a broad perspective. His presence serves as a barrier, a true stronghold that embraces and leads those who are prepared to follow in the direction of authenticity. The chosen discover that intuition not only points out what should be avoided, but also shows the right chances as they develop a deeper connection with it. They draw people and experiences that align with their objective. This energy draws exactly what it needs to express the divine dimension that resides within it, strengthen its course, and broaden its mission. Where they would have been unsure of their course, they now possess the courage to press forth resolutely, knowing that every action is directed by a knowledge beyond human comprehension. They are driven to a greater degree of discernment by this state of clarity, where any departure is quickly recognized and avoided. As the path becomes more and more clear due to their conviction about who they are and what they came to achieve, there is no more room for uncertainty. They have an almost tangible sensation of direction from this link to intuition, which motivates them to behave purposefully and impartially. By adopting this viewpoint, they serve as real beacons for others, tangible representations of lives governed by a higher power. They are not only strengthened, but also set free by this journey of learning and intuition. They understand that they are ready to handle any situation that life may them. This trust is the result of a close relationship with the Holy, a source of truth that will always point them in the correct route, no matter what. When using this intuition as a guide, the chosen act with courage and peace, knowing that an unstoppable force is protecting their objective and upholding their purpose. The chosen go along their path with the peace that only genuine spiritual armor can provide, thanks to this heavenly shield. They sense this unseen force all about them, a continual presence that makes sure there is no harmful interference that may attempt to impede their path. Instead of isolating them from the outside world, this protection allows us to move freely, participate, and share our light because we know that nothing can divert us from our objective. They seem to be shielded by an imperceptible barrier that keeps threats at bay before they have a chance to get close. The best thing about this protection is that it doesn't involve any work or focus. It is a natural part of its spiritual development and a heavenly gift that keeps its purpose unaltered, so the chosen don't have to work hard to sustain it. They are able to live and engage fully with the world, knowing that nothing that is not in harmony with the divine plan for them will be able to get through. Almost as if they are dispersed in the air, unable to penetrate the barrier that shields them, Any intention or energy that attempts to damage or distract them is neutralized. In addition to protecting them, this spiritual barrier strengthens their belief in their line of work. Knowing that they are under the protection of a greater power allows them to fully give themselves over to the calling they bear, without doubt or concern about sacrificing their core. They go in peace, knowing that their path was carefully protected to allow them to thrive and accomplish their objectives. Their attitude toward life is altered by this sense of security. They no longer allow uncertainty or worry, since they are aware that they are shielded by a force greater than themselves. This increase in protection serves as a testament to each person's immeasurable worth and evidence that their lives have a sacred purpose that has to be maintained. In His infinite wisdom, God promised that nothing could take the selected away from their assigned duty, which gives them peace of mind and a feeling of invincibility. They know they are protected and supported, ready to take on any challenge with an unstoppable force, no matter what occurs around them. In addition to allowing them to go on with resolve, this supernatural protection also frees them from the dread of outside forces. The chosen, knowing that they are backed by a greater power, open, share their light, and move resolutely toward their objective, rather than withdrawing or isolating themselves. They become role models for faith in action, living boldly and freely, showing others that it is possible to live completely in harmony with God's plan, while knowing that every action is safeguarded and every goal is backed by unbridled love. The selected ones ultimately uncover a truth that has been within them from the beginning, a belief in their own worth that renders them unaffected by the outside world, through this profound self-perception. This transformation is a real internal revolution that fundamentally restructures who individuals are, going beyond a simple boost in self-confidence. For the first time, they not only sense who they are and their unique place in the universe, but they also comprehend it with an unmatched clarity. This understanding is freeing because it releases people from the constraints of outside ideas and validations, enabling them to go on in peace unhindered by judgments or criticism. This new self-perception is a strong basis around which individuals build themselves, not a fleeting remark or emotion. Since they now understand that the only thing limiting them is themselves, there is no more room for ambiguity or the uncertainty that formerly stopped them from progressing. They realize that the goodness and glory they are meant to attain are entirely theirs. This is a genuine acknowledgement of the idea that they don't have to prove anything to anyone, since their worth comes from an indisputable internal source. As they advance, this clarity allows them to approach possibilities that they would have been scared to take in the past in a calm manner. They know they have all the instruments they need to carry out the assigned task, therefore they don't question their abilities. This newfound conviction serves as the foundation for any movement, and this level of self-assurance is revolutionary because it stems from a deep knowledge that their purpose is distinct and that the world needs what they have to give. Their self-awareness frees them from any need to comply, enabling them to express themselves fully, without excuse or restriction. This self-perception makes the chosen impervious to other people's approbation. They realize that what they have inside surpasses any external viewpoint, so they no longer try to satisfy others or feel constrained by the need to avoid criticism. His strong connection with his own nature, which transcends surface-level acceptance and remains unwavering even throughout storms, is what gives him his confidence rather than his ego. They act in accordance with their objective, guided by an unwavering sense of purpose that maintains their focus despite external circumstances. These days, every choice they make and every action they do is a genuine expression of their inner belief and their purpose. Only individuals who are completely in line with their purpose can grow with integrity, conviction, and tranquility, which makes this level of self-perception a very powerful tool. As a tangible illustration of how true grandeur emerges when a person is completely at peace with himself, the chosen are now unwavering in their course, moving forward with an energizing and inspirational presence. They are a powerful force in any setting because of their inner peace, which comes from this self-perception. Their safety and resolve radiate outward, impacting everyone in their vicinity. They know that every move they take is founded on an unwavering belief in who they are and what they came to do, and they are ready to carry out their goal to the fullest. This calm and solid self-assurance is the true embodiment of its elevation, a mirror of the balance between its essence and its goal. The chosen are acutely aware of the connections they make as a result of this increased clarity. Relationships that do not support or do not share the same objective are not welcome. Actually, this detachment process entails releasing everything surface level, a thorough cleansing that keeps only what is authentic and enlightening. They are aware of the value of their energy and that any engagement that uses it up without providing any advantages is an unsustainable diversion. This act of detachment is the product of spiritual insight that recognizes the value of people and objectives being in harmony, not of vanity. The chosen feel lighter and more liberated when they break ties and relationships that don't support their goal. It's as if each broken attachment brings back a piece of who they are. It is a feeling of peace that comes from knowing that they are in the right place, surrounded by others who appreciate and really support their path. By releasing individuals from duties and expectations that no longer inspire them, this detachment enables their energy to flow freely in the direction of what really matters. As a result, they create an area for development where everything that is introduced into their life starts to resonate with their objective. The chosen are aware that this ascent requires an atmosphere of honesty, a genuine support system where everyone is on the same page and helps shape their path. Those that stick with them are motivated by love and respect, building a bond built on sincerity and a desire to grow together. Every presence in this circle is a mirror of dedication, respect, and sincere support. It is a holy space where nothing has to be shown to anybody, because they know that their goal is more important than preserving connections out of obligation or convenience. Their clear purpose makes them unconcerned with what they do not provide. They no longer fear getting go of things that aren't helping them on their path, because they know that doing so creates room for something fresh that really aligns with their mission. This lightness enables individuals to go on with resolve, overcoming what would have otherwise been a roadblock or a source of inertia. They become tangible illustrations of how true freedom is found in surrounding ourselves with only things that respect and honor our journey by choosing this route of separation. Since they know that genuine connection comes from people who share their dedication to honesty and growth, they do not dread being alone. Accepting this freedom allows the selected ones to walk on guilt-free, knowing that whatever they left behind was a necessary evolutionary step. They keep going without compromising who they are, preserving their group of pals as a haven where only the real is accepted. Your path is strengthened by your courage in letting go of things that are no longer helpful. Since the weight of the past and relationships that no longer resonate in the same way are irrelevant, every move is done with deliberation and resolve. As a result, those chosen live a life that is in harmony with their goal, surrounded solely by others who share their enjoyment of the path and work together to fulfill their divine purpose. Those chosen proudly and peacefully bear this remarkable quality of resilience developed in the face of tragedy. In reality, every hardship, every bereavement, and every lonely moment were crucial elements that contributed to his unwavering resilience. They felt the weight of every obstacle throughout these difficult times, and on several instances, they were on the verge of giving up, but something bigger kept them going. They became better rather than broke. The beauty of resilience is that what at first seemed to be an effort to weaken their faith and fortitude really made them stronger, making the individuals selected genuine examples of spiritual triumph. Every challenge conquered offered a different lesson, a reality that only those who have gone through it can comprehend. The chosen ones discovered how to transform loss into meaning, fear into strength, and suffering into wisdom. Their inner peace and unwavering calmness make them stand out in a world when many people are quickly agitated. This serenity is not the absence of issues, but rather the result of a strong belief that they can overcome any challenges. They realize that genuine energy originates within, from a connection to their own essence and the purpose that drives them. Their newfound power is a spiritual energy that transcends all obstacles, not just endurance. They maintain their equilibrium because they have an underlying belief that every difficult situation was really a training ground for what is ahead. Even when everything around you seems to be in disarray, this resilience serves as an unseen barrier that keeps you safe and focused. Since they realize that nothing can really hurt them, they have taken control of their life and are no longer influenced by outside events. This is the strength of those who have faced the darkness and come out on the other side even more radiant. The chosen now act as real strongholds of courage and faith. Although they are aware that there are still obstacles in their way, they are no longer afraid or anxious about them. Instead, they take on every new task with composed assurance, as if it were an opportunity to reaffirm their abilities. They are aware that their purpose transcends all challenges and that they are made to resist, persevere, and most importantly, succeed. This belief is an experience characterized by practice and triumph. It is not just a presumption. Their lives are based on this resilience they have developed, this unwavering force that directs every decision and action they do. They are certain that they are equipped to handle any challenge with it. Nothing can stop them now, and nothing can take them away from their goal. They advance with a quiet determination and a spiritual fortitude that shows through at every turn. Now that they are really unbreakable, the chosen ones go on with their quest, knowing that their ability to bounce back from setbacks will always be their greatest strength and a living testament to their ability to achieve their destiny. Those chosen become a beacon with this height, releasing an unmissable light. Your presence is an energy that manifests itself in such a natural and potent manner that it appears to encompass all around it. It doesn't need grandiose words or deeds to be recognized. People are affected in ways they often cannot comprehend when they touch with this energy. It is an energizing effect, a quietly acting power that affects people without their conscious consent. As if their very existence inspired movement, introspection, and growth, this internal metamorphosis enables them to alter their surroundings just by being. Some people are stimulated to see the world and themselves differently by this presence. They are influenced by the self-assurance and genuineness of those chosen, which makes them want to pursue this inner clarity as well, in order to live a life that is more in line with their purpose. This same presence, which serves as a mirror reflecting not just their potential, but also their anxieties and limitations, may be problematic for certain people. The serenity and unwavering calm of those chosen serve as a reminder to everyone around them that living in harmony is possible, but it takes courage and commitment to do so. It is a tacit appeal for everyone to confront their own reality, which some people may find upsetting. Additionally, some people instinctively see a magnitude in the selected ones that beyond rational explanation. They are drawn to one another because of a link that transcends language, not because they are dependent or in need. Their spirits seem to have a deep understanding that those chosen are on a special and holy journey. Therefore, without the need for outside validation, the presence of those chosen serves as a guide and a proof that living with magnitude and purpose is feasible. Their impact is evident in all aspects of your life, from little decisions to significant occurrences. Every action, every word, and every choice they make is a true representation of their objective and a reflection of the strength and serenity they found along the way. It is not essential to seek for attention, since they are naturally admired and respected, as if their presence has a transforming impact on everyone around them. This energy is a real force that transforms everything around it by nature. It is not about supremacy or strength. Their impact is a natural result of his ascension, rather than anything that was forced or planned. They become genuine agents of change by pursuing their objective. They leave a trail and a vibration wherever they go that pushes others, raises questions, and often motivates them to seek for a greater meaning in life. Those chosen show how the world around oneself invariably reacts when one lives in harmony with their own nature. The manifestation of their spiritual might is this overpowering influence. This is a condition of being that just presents itself. It is not a force that has to be proved. Since they know that their purpose is to serve as an example of inner strength and sincerity, they don't seek attention or followers. The selected use this attraction to reach others who are prepared to see beyond outward manifestations. It is the mirror of a life lived with clarity and purpose. They serve as a continual reminder of what may happen when someone decides to live their truth to the fullest.